Hey guys, Rimjaner here, bringing you another cast. This is going to be a Zerg versus Terran on the map Daybreak. I'm really beginning to like this map as it is a larger map. It is very Zerg friendly, but I guess it's really best in the early to mid game, and as late game this is a tough map to hold, as when a Terran or Courthouse player does have a lot of bases, it is hard to get around the map and kill them, especially when they are fortified with cannons or planetary fortresses. Alright, so there's my red opponent spawning down on the bottom left, and obviously I'm the Zerg player up here in the top right. I'm going to speed the game up, as my Zerg versus Terran is always a standard build. I always have a standard build for all my races, Zerg, Terran, and Protoss. And the thing is, with these builds in 1v1, they're very important. You shouldn't be going different builds. You shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to do this one day, I'm going to do that one day. Your opening builds are extremely important. I don't know, some people like to be more creative, but to play at a really high level, you do need to get these timings perfect, and that's what the biggest difference is at the higher levels, is timings and getting things down, not getting supply capped, and not forgetting to upgrade things, not forgetting to build things. So as we see here, I'm going to put down my hatchery at 16, and I did scout out a drone to see what's going on, if there is a 2-rack coming or not. I'm going to come into his base and he's going to lock that up, and I'm not going to be able to see what he's doing, but he does have a gas. Not that I know that, but that gas is an indication of a non-2-racks build. Alright, so I will put down my pull at 17. This is a larger map anyway. Even if you were to 2-racks, it would take a long time for the Marines and SCVs to get over here. At 17 I will put down the pull and build more Zerglings and 1 queen at each base, transferring about 5 drones. The reason for the drone transfer is so that you can continue to build drones and they can hatch from the hatchery and go to the mineral patch at that base, rather than having to move all the way across the map when it might not be safe at certain times. So that's why you should mineral transfer. I will build 1 pair of scouting Zerglings to see what he's doing, to see if he has an expo or not, because that's really what's going to define what's going to happen next, as this could have been a 1-racks expo, or it could be a 1-racks all-in, or I mean 2-racks all-in eventually, or whatever. So I'm going to scout down here, and there's no expo at the 6-minute mark, 5:30. I'm going to come up here, I'm not going to see a factory on here, so I know something's fishy. I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be either some sort of Banshee play, or some sort of all-in. It doesn't have a command center yet. So I'm going to continue to drone up as normal. This is still standard play. I do have my 4 queens out, and I just got my gases at 40 supply, and I'm starting to mine on all of them. In order, I'm going to get link speed, a lair. I'm going to throw down 2 spore crawlers, which I don't always do. I did do that because I did see him on 1 base, and he just killed my ling there. It's 7 minutes, and he still doesn't have an expert, and I did see that. So that is the reason why I do build those spore crawlers, just in case of an all-in. And I do have this tower, so I can always build like 2 or 3 more spine crawlers. And he's going to come out here with this Marine, and as you see here, he is just building a lot of Helions. He's doing a 2-factory Helion push, and this is going to be extremely dangerous, because if these Helions get into your base, you actually lose. And if he actually killed this Zergling, I would have probably lost, because there's no way I would have saw that. He's going to move out here with how many Helions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Helions, which is a ridiculous amount. I only have 1 spine crawler, don't have a roach warren. I do have a baneling's nest, but as we know, banelings do take a long time to morph. I am supply capped, and I only have 1 spine crawler, as I said. Oh, sorry. Let me just jump back to that. Okay, so he's going to roll out with all these Helions, and we're going to see what happens. He does have a guy there, and I am going to see all those Helions, so what I'm going to do is block this base. I'm going to block it as best as I can. Even if my queens are locked out, or whatever's locked out, I'm going to build an extra evolution chamber, an extra spine crawler, and probably 1 more right there. And I'm going to use my queens to block this. There it is. I thought that was open, but it's not. And you can't get through. And essentially, that is honestly The difference between winning and losing this game. If these Helions got in, even if 4 of them got in, he'd essentially kill all of my drones. I have nothing to stop this. And he is going to be behind in the tech, as he only has 2 factories and only 1 barracks. And I am pretty good in economy. We check the economy. 38 to 29 harvesters. And pick off 1. There's no way of getting this base. 1 queen is definitely worth it against all these Helions, and queens do hold up pretty well. I don't want to lose my queens, so we'll get out of here. And I'll move some of those guys up. And I'll let them back in, and he can't get into my base. And essentially, I'm going to throw down a Roach Warren and transition into mutas, just because in this kind of build, he obviously went 2 factory, and he doesn't have very many barracks ready, and he won't have stim or anything. So I will be able to attack with mutas. So I am going to make mutas there, and I am piling up a lot of gas. And eventually I will take my 3rd once I'm fortified. He can try to come again with these Helions, so you do have to be careful. Don't let up too much. Make a few more queens and a few more spines, because you never know what could happen with those Helions, especially if you're not going to produce any roaches or whatnot. So I'm going to move these spine crawlers up, or I should. And by the way, I did upgrade +1 and +2 carapace and melee, that is my normal standard build. And I don't have centrifugal hooks because I didn't upgrade it because I did see those Helions coming, and I could upgrade it if I want to, but I did decide to go into mutas. As you see here, I do have 50 harvesters, and I should be taking my 3rd very soon, as I do have a lot of minerals being banked up, even though they are for mutas. I will have more minerals than gas, so I should be able to expand. And the Mutalis, there it is. So we will check my production tab. I do have 60 mutas on the way, which is a very large amount. It does just putting up missile turrets right now. I'm going to come in and just try to harass as much as I can. I do have 5 spine crawlers by the base. Remember that there are these many Helions on the map. Make sure that you don't let him on the way. So I'm going to block down my queen. I just revealed my mutas. All I did either scan me or assume that I am going mutas as he does have turrets up. So I'm going to just press his base. I'm not going to worry about those Helions. And meanwhile, back home, I'm going to start making a lot of roaches, just because he is going to have a very large Helion-based army. I'm going to come in here with these mutas. Just like I said, he only has 4 barracks. He does have quite a few marines, but they don't have there. So I'm going to fly around and just try to harass as much, pick off tech roosts, pick off tech buildings, kill missile turrets that are by themselves, pick off any tanks, as you see here. Pick up that medevac, pick up this tank here, hiding on the edge. There's 4 marines there that are by themselves, so I'm doing my best to pick them off. Oh, I did pick off this tech lab here, which was upgraded to stim, so these marines won't have stim, which is a very big difference when defending against mutas. So they're just going to chill out there, and I am building a bunch of roaches behind. You see here I do have 5, and I have taken my 3rd. I'm going to come back in here and kill a bunch of tech buildings and kill this reactor, as they do take a long time to make, expensive. If you can't, you can try to isolate marines when they are in groups of 4 or whatever. You can't attack them or whatnot, and he's going to drop a few more turrets, which is very good because just by really getting over it. I'm going to take out as many targets as I can while those guys are far away, those other marines are far away. So I do know he does have that extra command center there, and he will be going pretty heavy on the mineral intensive units. And I'm going to come back to my base and regroup with all my roaches. As you see here, I do have more roaches on the way. I am upgrading reconstitution and getting a macro hatchery. I'm not getting any upgrades right now because I'm still not sure what I'm going to transition into. I do have 7 overlords on the way. Make sure you do have enough overlords for this. And I'm going to build a bunch more zerglings. I mean drones for this next hatchery. So as we see here, I do have a lot of roaches. Still doesn't have and without that stim, he's not going to be able to kill this large ball of roaches. And I will just be reinforcing. I'm going to take all these guys and I'm going to come out. I don't know where they're Marines without stim are very weak, pretty weak in they don't have the CPS that they do need to kill all these roaches. And here I am reinforcing with more weight. There is only one Thor, and he has Marines without stim. So I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to use much of yours. I'm going to save them and kill that turret. And then I'm going to come here and target the flow with these reinforcing Zergoons and Mutas and all those other roaches on the way. Essentially killing them here. And kill that Thor, and I'm able to easily take out one. And essentially force him to the game as we see there. Alright, so that's an interesting strategy. This block is really what was the turning point of the game. If he did come in, I probably would have lost. And then that is just a way to transition into the next unit as the game progresses. And I did take my 4th over here at the same time. I don't know why I haven't saturated that, but I should be doing that as I am banking up money. Alright, so I'm Rim Janer, signing